A little bit about this, the viral video um, about His Holiness the Dalai Lama. I have to speak about it a little bit here. This is very important because I received so many messages, and the reactions of people, they're very different. Some are neutral, and many are very sympathetic. Many are, not, I wouldn't say sympathetic, many are concerned in ways that what's going in the world, you know. So the world, so much, we already have so much of problems. And on top of that, again, the more corrosion is coming up. So what's going on? Again, then many of the people are in this direction and who are very sad, and then some who are so reactive, they react badly. Yes, we see these things. We see that the people, they react very differently to the given situation. So I have to speak about it a little bit, which is very important. Um, okay, in the first place, that the yes, this video clip, just the something which is just cut a small piece came out, and then they came out and it was just highlighted, and then so many people just followed it, and many people said, what is this, what is this nonsense, that it has nothing, this video has nothing. And then they feel so sad to see that people are reacting to this. So when seeing these things, I personally, so given that this is an MC, you are more matured. Because more matured, I'm going to speak a little bit from the more studies or the psychology and also the philosophy that we studied. We try to blend the two sides and then see that, wow, this is where we need the help for the world. This is where we need these Narendra studies. Narendra studies, not for Buddhism, for the individual to grow, to become more matured. So always I said, be kind to yourself and be wisely kind to yourself. Meaning that it's not only today. Small children, they will say that I want to play, I don't want to go to school. But the parents who are more mature will say that, okay, you can play, but not now. Go to school, come back, and then I will let you play. So somehow the parents will persuade the child to go to school. So I see that people react to this same incident in different way. I can see that some people are like the parents who are very mature. Some people like small children who just want to play, and the siblings, they fight, and some are like the mothers who try to gain control over all the small children, trying to help all of them. So all these different directions I see in the process. So this reminds me of Bodhisattva Shantideva's text, A Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life, which many of you are already aware of. And chapter 9, in the wisdom chapter, he said that he made the distinctions that the world is of two kinds of people: worldly people and the yogis. Worldly people meaning those people who are totally immature, who said that, oh, this glass house is dirty, you throw stone and break the house and you have no shelter to live in. These are these small children, very immature people. And those people who are extremely mature, the yogis. And within the yogis doesn't mean, yogis doesn't mean that somebody who can do the physical exercise. Physical exercise is just a part of it. And yogi says the one who can manage one's emotions. Ones who can see things very holistically. These are known as the yogis. And within the yogis, Bodhisattva Shantideva said that higher levels of the yogis supersede the lower levels of the yogis in ways of the understanding, in ways of the understanding of the world. So this is exactly what I can see in the world. that some people are so immature, some people are so mature. So for those mature people, meaning that, what is this? That this has to, this is those who can see this as as a part of the bigger view of the whole video unedited version of this video. They see this. They said that this is so the loving, affectionate way. It is what is happening in the family. In the family, the parents, they teach their children, and then they say, you will not tell the world this is what we're doing. Oh, this is a family matter, the family matter, because we operate on the basis of love and affection. So it should not go out. This is our family matter. So for His Holiness, whole world is like a family. It's so for Him. The whole thing is family means supposedly imbued with the affection, love and affection. For His Holiness, this is what is embodied in His Holiness mind, to see the world as one family. So which means that for ordinary people like us, say, if you put the blue thing, a blue solution in the container, and you pick out, green comes out. Whereas another container you put blue, and blue comes out. Why green come out? Because there's something different there in this container. In the second container, blue comes out. It's very clean. Green comes out. There's something yellow inside. Yellow, blue comes together, then becomes green. Green is not coming from outside. From outside, the blue is added, but the yellow comes out, which means that there's something yellow inside. No, the green comes out. Green is a combination of blue and yellow. Yellow is inside the air. Your own thinking is reflected in your agitation. This is a very clear indication. So therefore, I personally, what I say is that those people who feel so agitated, who've been carried away by this, I personally say that in a way, it is not their mistake. It is not they are like small children. We cannot blame the small children, because even in the conventional sense, we see that the medicines are so precious, so important for us. But the medicines, they always carry a label to say that keep out of reach of children. Keep out of reach of children. So they are like small children, like people there. So these people can be carried away by the first person who just cropped that small, edited that, just cut a small piece and then telecasted it. So that person, whoever did it, intentionally or unintentionally, that person is responsible for all these. And then this person, so what's the problem with this edited version? What's the problem? I'll tell you. You have all studied the Buddhist psychology. In Buddhist psychology, how the mind works. So in fact, this person, whether I'm saying this again, whether intentionally or unintentionally, this person is playing on the mind of the ordinary people who are like small children, who are easily affected by making things sensational. Because how our mind operates is our mind operates on the basis of there are two ways: a conceptual mind operation and the direct mind operation, direct perceivers operation, and a conceptual mind operation. Conceptual mind, how they operate is known as selective operation, selective engager. And the direct perception, it is the perception by the power of the object. It's not selective. So this first person who brought this edited clip, so this person is making everybody to just select a portion, make them operate as of selectively, just a small thing, and just imagine that say that this whole thing is red, or let's say this whole thing is gold, and there's a small portion here which is white. And if your eyes are just focused on this, what you will see? You will see white. You will not see the gold. This is how this first person just triggered the whole flare of the people to make people to look at things from very close lens, very small lens, in a very selective way. Whereas if you look at it very holistic, all the complete unedited version of this video, you will see that it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And people should, people don't get, even the billionaires, they don't get the opportunity to enjoy this ambience to be with His Holiness. And if there's one person who is so disturbed over this incident, it should be the mother. And look at the mother in the video. The mother was so happy. Mother was in a way like encouraging the son. Or the son could not convey his question to His Holiness. His son could not hear too well. And then the mother was trying to help the son to get his question to His Holiness. If there's one person who really should be feeling agitated over this incident, it should be the mother, not others. And why others are poking the nose when the mother is very happy? So therefore, the point is that I would say it's not the mistake of the people who are just, all this. Of course, it is the lack of, the very nature is small child-like nature. Small child means they could not see the broader picture. So, but they are driven by the initial person who just edited and cut the small piece. That is how he or she made the rest of the people to follow in the selective engager. So this is how our mind creates problem. Say, for example, in your workplace, if there's somebody who has so many good things and just by out of joke says something, and if you just see that part, and you may see that this person is so the gross, vulgar, which means that you don't see the bigger picture. Sometimes I feel a little scared because people may edit my words. So recently, I will share this. Why this is very important. Recently, there's a group of the people from Serbia, and I taught them Buddhist philosophy, and they were so fortunate to have such a wonderful teacher. Their teacher is just amazing, and he taught the Buddhist philosophy in a very systematic way. I'm so impressed. And then finally, after me sharing my teachings with them, they offered me some money, cash, in one envelope. And I know that they need support. So I insisted, take it back. And they insisted, please take it back, please take it with you for us to accumulate merit. So then what I said is that, okay, now to reassure them, right, to give them the confidence, I took it back and I jokingly said that now this is mine, right? This mine means they're happy now. They're happy. And then I said, this is mine. Now this is mine. This is not yours. Because it's not yours, you don't have the right to this. So now I'm using my right. My right is to give it back to you. You take it. So look, people who heard what I'm saying from the beginning to the end is so beautiful for them. But if some edited my word, now it is mine, right? This money is mine. You just pick this up, people will say that this Geshe is terrible, is so infatuated, crazy after the money. He said that this is my money, So you just edit this part, and people will be crazy. And in fact, all the NMC people will shut down, say that, okay, bye-bye NMC, bye-bye NDC, So look at this video. He said it. Actually, he said it. That is mine. Look at this, how the gesture. Even the gesture, he's so extreme crazy after the money. He's putting it next to his heart, So look, this is the problem. So therefore, sometimes, jokingly, or sometimes, I'm a little scared that people may edit my words like this, he's so fond of money, like this. Whereas if you see the complete story, it's beautiful. So the mother was not reacting. Mother was so happy, so proud, so happy. He was assisting the son to get to His Holiness. Your question get through. And then at the end, after all these programs, then the mother and the son, the son is breaking the coconut as an auspicious gesture in front of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Then after completing everything, the son was interviewed, and the son felt so proud, and the mother was so happy. And what's the problem with you? Because it's not your problem. It's a problem the first person who did that clipping. That is his problem. And then If you still don't understand it, which means that your thinking level is a little low, like a small children. If you're small children, like His Holiness said, I'm sorry, my apologies. It's not for the advanced people. Advanced people, when explained like this, they will understand it. If you still don't understand it, which means your level is very low, for them, His Holiness said, my apologies. And the apology doesn't mean that it is His Holiness' mistake. Is that His Holiness owning up the mistake. I'll show you another anecdote. So this apology is a great indication of His Holiness's strength and compassion. I'll share an anecdote. When I was 9 years old, all these sins, I lost my mother at age 5, age 6, 7, 8, 9. For 4 years, I was in a school, charity school. And in school, we have to survive, survival of the fittest. You have to survive with the other boys and girls who are equally trying to, fight with you, compete with you. And every time there was argument happening, you are the loser, I'm the winner, you try to justify your points. All these 4 years, it was happening like this. Always trying to justify your point. And when the person also struggling, the person never said that, yes, you are right, never said. So you try to justify that. Suddenly I was with my father. And then I had an argument with my father. This little boy had an argument with my father, who must be in his 40s or 50s. Argument with my father. And then I was just my point. And my father was also justifying his point. And suddenly he said, my son, you are right. I'm wrong. You're the winner. I'm the loser. I could not believe my eyes and ears. For the first time in my life, till 5, nothing. I had no clue. Just in the immense love of the mother and father. Since 5, struggling. Age 5, 6, 7, 8. How many struggled? Like me. So less, number of you. Right? Age 4, 5, struggling with other boys and girls. Sometimes you hit others. Sometimes they hit you. Right? And you verbally attack each other. Try to justify your point. And never anybody surrender to the other person. Today, somebody who's way bigger than me, 30 years, 40 years older than me, surrendered, saying that you are the winner, I'm the loser. I could not believe what he said. Wow. This is also possible. Somebody can accept defeat and say that you are the winner. And that too with so much of love and affection. Is wow, amazing. This is possible. Later on, I realized that it's not because he lost. It's out of his love and affection to make me happy that he said that I'm the loser. So this is the strength of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. All those people who misinterpret this as a small children, have you ever accepted that it is your mistake? Did you ever apologize somebody else for your mistake? If you did it, it is your strength. You will not involve in this problem. Most likely you did not. And just be very honest in your family, in your workplace. How many times you see problems there? You are also involved in the problems yourself. And you forgot those things. And there's one thing, anecdote at the time of the Buddha, not at the time of the Buddha, at the time of the king, Kanishka, who was like many, they say the lifetimes ago. What happened was that he had a dream. One of the dreams was that there was a monkey who was so dirty himself with the feces, and pointing to somebody else, saying that you have a feces on your face, and the other monkey is very clean, and saying that you have a feces on your face. This dream happened many years ago, and that king was so disturbed and asked the Buddha at that time, not Buddha Shakyamuni, our time, what is his dream? The Buddha said that, don't worry, it is not going to happen in your time. That was going to happen at the time, the era of many years later, at the time of the Buddha Shakyamuni, that the people who have problems themselves will blame others for their problems. So these are all the prophecies made earlier. So what I'm saying is that, say we, as long as our thinking likes this very low level thinking, will continue to suffer in samsara. We will never get out. Our thinking must become more and more evolved. Like Bodhisattva Shantideva said, The world is considered of they say the beings are considered of two, worldly and the yogis. And yogis surpass the worldly beings, and within the yogis, the higher levels of yogis will supersede the thinking of the lower yogis. So keep this in mind, and not that you are oh, I'm not yogi. Don't worry, yogi, not yogi. This also dependent originated. So try to create those factors, like learning about compassion, learning about understanding, learning about things, how to see holistically, not selectively. Learning all these skills, you'll grow. As you grow, your fears will be transformed into fearlessness. Your miseries and the miseries will transform into infinite happiness. So let us pray that each one of us grow in your thinking, and then eventually you become the creator of the world, creator of the peace world, not the destroyer of the peace world. Let's not forget it. Thank you.